And now we'll go ahead and open up for public comment. I know we have some cards on this.
I'm just writing down the motion still, just a moment please, Madam President. Mr. Chavez,
Mr. Capricia, second.
and second,
Is he there?
Risha. Okay, and the motion is that the Ally 32 reduce the number of each region from 4 to 3 members and reduce at-large directors from 4 members to 2 members. First on the list is Mr. Hugo Pacheco, and then I'll have Anthony Manzano on standby, please. And Tom Williams.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
Just a moment, sir. 1 minute, please. 1 minute. Go ahead.
I was asking about disenfranchising. Let me tell you, from the very beginning, these other regions were disenfranchised because the way the vacancies were filled was just like Cynthia said. In the past, they were filled based on the people that actually ran, not people that came later, people that have been involved and done things for this community. You effectively have listened to Dunn to disenfranchise these communities. Now, the only way to do this is to go back and to tell Dunn that it is not true. You do not need to reduce the number of people to get proper representation. From the very beginning, the South was disenfranchised. Other folks have been disenfranchised, and it is Dunn's fault. Thank you.
Thank you.
Next. Mr. Manzano, please.
Good evening, directors. Anthony Manzano speaking specifically on this item 6B, I believe. What we're watching is a form of disenfranchisement because oddly, 2/3 of you guys voted, but I'm wondering, who are you guys listening to? You guys are taking positions, you guys are voting, you guys are even supporting certain ideas. But where's the stakeholder asking for this? Whoever's my at-large representative, who's ever my West Region representative, should be listening to the stakeholders from that area. And it seems that apparently you're not. And then to think that you guys want to consider the board to be more effective, I've been on this board, I've been here for 10 years. And this is the worst the board has ever been. So to reduce it's not going to help it. It's definitely not going to help it. And you guys just seen, the speaker before me mentioned that you guys are disenfranchising it. You guys do already have, I think, your 7th grievance coming, because now you guys have 2 open motions at the same time. And once you guys are released from exhaustive efforts, I, as a stakeholder, can expect the board to be increased back to 11 members for quorum. Thank you.
Thank you.
Tom Williams? You're not speaking, okay. Scott Johnson? And Ray Rodriguez? On deck, please.
Yes, we are working on a good word tonight called disenfranchising the community. I'm sorry to see this. There was people who were on the last board that were giving the open hand to come on board when they were not on the first choice of candidates that went to the last election. And then he turned around and wanted to disenfranchise the other one when they were given an opportunity. Okay? This board here needs to be at 21. There are a lot of organizations in this community that sprang out of here because of people don't want to come here when you're disenfranchised. They want to be invited. They want to get engaged. They want to get involved. But when I see new board members who just got elected, who do not take the time to intake information pertaining to the true past history of this board, and then to see the Dunn representative here who is basically casually just saying, hey, you can go ahead and do this. It's really a sad day in this board's history.
Thank you.
Hi everyone, good evening board, good evening everyone else. My name is Ray Rodriguez. What can I tell you? I'm not really about the board and all this other stuff. I'm here to tell you, it's like, look, I deal with gangs. And the hard thing right now to deal with is, like, I know you're having a toy drive, right? But there's some people that can't come to the toy drive because they can't receive toys, because they can't cross invisible boundaries, because gangs, right? Well, during gangs, one will get along with the other one, the other will get along with the other one. That's what I see right here. It's like, it's not about how many numbers, everything, it's about the community, man. Right now, we're struggling just to get toys for those people that can't come to your toy drive. You know? And that's what I wanted to talk about. It's about the community. I'm not here to point out fingers and point on people, I'm not about that. I'm here to help our people, our gente, those that really need it. You know, and right now, about going back and forth, it's like the same neighborhoods. I kill you, you're gonna kill somebody else. Well, you're this, we're gonna get this. Well, that's what I see right now. Well, we need to get together, collaborate, and make it happen. Because that's what we're trying to do, just to get toys for the people that can't come to your toy drive. And it's hard, because there's people out there that are now allowing us to. Why? They have the power, but they're bickering about foolish things instead of bringing solutions to the problems that we have. Thank you.
Thanks, Barry.
McGuire.
Here for loud card? That's okay, you can go, you can be on standby right there. Or if you don't want to fill out a card, you can just, but you'll have to stand behind Mr. McGuire.
Okay, no problem. Thank you, and I agree with the prior comments here from stakeholders, and all the remarks from the stakeholders. I haven't got ahead or heard anybody come up here and say, yes, reduce the size of the board. I've only heard comments from the stakeholders, as few as they are, but generally the choir anyway, that have taken the time to pass grievances, having the valid signatures, working hard, just to go ignore it, like you're ignoring them tonight. I'm embarrassed here for this neighborhood council. I'm very disappointed in you, Marlene. You've been partisan through this whole thing. You've shown it tonight. It's unfortunate. Lastly, I'd like to ask the two young ladies, and I'm glad you're here. No, please don't take this the wrong way. Are they eligible to vote for this? I know it's not a financial thing, but is there certain training that they have to go through first before they can vote on these issues?
They've done the training.
They have 45 days or something.
Yeah, they do. And we voted the first day we were seated on a number of items, and they've done the training.
Bottom line, they've done the training.
They've done it. Right?
Okay, can Don ask, do they have to have some sort of training initially to vote
The
on
training
that? or what?
requirements only pertain to funding matters.
So as soon as they're seated, they can vote on this match. Okay, thanks, appreciate it.
And
Mr. Cook?
Mr. Kurtz, and then I need to put me on there. Thank you.
Dear council members, just real quick, number one, welcome to voluntary services. This is what happens. You get a group together, no matter how big it is, you'll have a cadre who will actually come and do the work. I'm going to tell you, do not believe that you need a smaller group to do it. I was the commander of the American Legion, Department of California. I had 85,000 members, right? I had a console of 40 to 40 members. We got things done. We didn't reduce it, we did it and we did it. If there was more, we got it done. So you don't need more, you don't need less. You just need the people that are there to work. Anything smaller, you actually end up with a less representative of the community. Please think about that. I know that you're now, and this is already passed, you've already voted on, I respect your vote. You know, but when you start realizing how you're going to do it, please think about that. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Good evening, board members. Thank you for being here tonight. I'm glad to see that the board is moving forward to reduce the numbers of board members. I have been a stakeholder at these meetings for many years, and I've seen the bickering and all the nonsense going on. People who are complaining right now have been on this board and have made that bickering and all that non-work, waste of time happen. And I see you guys are moving forward. I've seen a lot of progress from this board over the last few months. You guys come on board, and I'd like to see that continue. Don't be disheartened by the comments people make. You're doing a good job. As far as being on Constructive Efforts, I can say that the same person who was stands here bashing you guys about the work, how that's all wrong, is the same person who got us South Bedford, Anthony Manzano. When as treasurer, he failed to do his job and got us where we're at right now, South Bedford. So don't worry about that. You guys did a great job, move forward. Next numbers right now is working fine with this NC. Please continue to move forward with the smaller board, and good job, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Is there any other public comment? Okay, is there any board comment on 6B? Anybody?
Can you repeat again for me, please?
We're on 6B, that's the LA.
What would you like to be repeated?
The essence of what we're listening to. Yeah,
Want me to
what's
recap,
on here?
please?
Just the essence, give me a short synopsis.
Okay, since we've already voted to approve the reduction of members
Correct.
from 21 to 15,
Correct.
the next motion on B addresses exactly how that reduction would be. So it's from, each region will go from 4 members to 3 members, and the at-large directors will be at 2 members. Your seat, which is community,
Doesn't matter.
yours is,
Doesn't matter if you
remains the same.
eliminate me or you don't, you're gonna do what you're gonna do.
Yours remains the
I'm
same.
sorry, okay.
So we're talking about the reduction right now. So it would be from 4 to 3 in each of the regions, and the at-large would go from 4 to 2.
I myself, since I voted against the motion, it's fine, but I respect what the board has voted, and I'm gonna go with that and make my adjustments, whatever is necessary, to support the entire board, including those that didn't vote for it, or attempted to respect what the board is going to do now, and support that 100%. So I'm definitely going to vote yes on the amendment, because that is what we're going for, right? To approve or not approve, how we're going to go about it. And I'm going to vote, and I hope that the rest of the board approves how we're going to do it. It's explained in there, and I was listening to the constituents and their view on it, but I'm going to support the board on this. Because that's what's needed, to just come on board. Never mind how I thought, doesn't matter.
Thank you. Sylvia?
In regards to the 4 members to the 3 members, what is our board right now? What do we consist of? How many members in each region? Who would be removed? Who would be replaced?
Again, nobody's going to be removed, regardless. Even if there is 4 members in a region, they're not going to be removed from the board.
So wouldn't that make this statement obsolete, that we're going to
No.
go to 3?
Once this structure is approved, if you do choose to approve it, then it would be addressed through attrition. So basically, like she said, as people resign or through the next election process, then it would take place. You're not going to kick anyone that's currently seated off the board.
So this is not effectively going to happen right now, or
Right.
anytime this.
Right,
Term.
it'll be a transitional process.
I will tell you that right now, West Region has 3 filled. East Region has 3 filled. North Region only has 2 filled. And South Region only has 2 filled. At-large right now currently has 4. We do have not a resignation, a removal on the agenda from at-large, so there will be 3. This amendment reduces it to 2. I'm not sure if one of these could be moved down to one of the regions, if one of us lives in the region, or how that would work, but like she said, nobody's going to be physically removed from the board to get to that number.
Not at this minute.
Well, it could be in this term, but it would only be as people leave, as people resign.
And
So
she
say
said attrition.
there were 4 people in the West Region right now, and one of them resigned, and this was approved. We just wouldn't fill that seat. It's now at 3.
No, I understand.
So, yeah.
But I'm saying that is right now, what we're standing past, we only need a north and a south.
As of right now, to
the
complete to
regions.
15,
Right.
to complete to this proposal, yeah, we would only need to fill 1 from north and 1 from south. And again, then we would have 1 extra in at large.
So I have a question regarding what we need. And where we have an overflow of a board member after this is hopefully is passed, if we have an overflow of one of us, if that person wishes, they can step down on that vacancy that's needed. So we don't have an overflow of that.
That's a good question, and that's actually what I was saying. I don't know. That's something that we haven't gone over, and I'll say again, like in at-large right now, we have 4.
but you're gonna have three. Say and you need only two.
Right.
Say that I decide to fill in one of those vacancies,
Mhm.
then you would have the two that you need here, but then I filled one of the vacancies of whatever region it is, because I would be eligible.
Yeah,
to
but
fill
you're not at large. I mean, if we were gonna do that, it would preferably be from one of the categories that has more than the,
Right, but that's their option also.
no, he's not at large.
New community interest.
Yeah, but that's still at their prerogative to come from here to go to there.
Whose prerogative?
The
The individual board
member,
member?
yeah, the member that's overflowing in whatever region, they can fill that vacancy before you go to the public,
But there isn't anyone overflowing at this point.
Yeah, there will
we're
be.
still short, even though assuming that this is going to pass, we're still short two vacancies?
Two.
Two, north and south.
No, but if you have an overflow in at large, you would only have one vacancy.
I would assume that the logical thing would be to take one of the at-large and put them into the
Absolutely.
region that they live in, or that they represent, that they rent, that they, well,
But
not
they also,
necessarily
when we put someone from out there, forget the verbiage, and put them in here because they elected to run